Scariest day you've had as a founder.
Yeah, we need this.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
This happens to everyone.
Yep.
No matter what.
So by nature, I'm motivated by being preventative, right? So I work out so that I'm not out of shape, not so I could have the beach. I like to have my back against the wall. So anything I talk about in like the scariest moments are actually when I came out and did my best. And actually, it goes back to my baseball career. I was a closing pitcher. If the game wasn't close, my ERA was horrible.
Yeah.
When the game is close, I step up into it and trust myself.
Right.
That being said, scary issues. My last company, we were probably at that 35 full-time, 160 part-time around the country mark, and we were running out of money quick. Live event business, cash flow is up and down, right? Not only is it seasonal, but payments to vendors and things like that are tough. And so we were going into a holiday season, and we were closing an investment round, and there was a $750K check that was signed for by a family office down in Houston. Not a known entity, but they had all the patterns of doing the right stuff and getting the right reputation. Signed on a Friday, wire supposed to come in on a Monday, right before the holiday season, around Christmas. Wire never came. Everyone goes dark. Wire never comes. Wire never comes. Meanwhile, we were pretty transparent about we needed some checks to come in. We were all celebrating when things got signed. We say, hey, by the way, you have a job here.
Right.
To the team. Well, the worst time to not have money is during the holiday season. Right. From the 15th of December through the end of January. And so no matter what we did, even our inside investors who loved us and cherished us, we're on vacation. They couldn't get to a bank and wire us even if we wanted to. Plus, we were talking about good news, right? And everything was good. So back against the wall, we had to do layoffs. We had to ask people to take cuts.
So these guys just ghosted you. They didn't. This isn't like, and then it showed up the next day.
Oh, no. There was no communication beyond this. Signed.
Man.
That was it? Last time you talked to him.
Yeah. Give us the thing to wire. We'll wire. Monday morning, 9 a.m. I check the bank account. Nothing. Okay, it may take a day or two. Nothing.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's it.
Greg, this is like,
yeah.
Like, all right, I've been with Greg when this was going on. We shared an office at one point. Walking up the steps from the parking lot, he's walking down and he's going, we got to go to the local, which is a local pub. And this is like
we got to go drink is what I was saying.
At like 8:30 in the morning, whatever, 9 a.m. And he's like, dude, we're running out of money. Like tomorrow.
Right. Yeah.
But his checks came in. Your check didn't come in. Like it didn't freaking come in.
It didn't come in.
Holy crap.
And we weren't at zero yet, but we weren't 2 payrolls away. And so the plan on paper is to cut 2/3 of the people, rebuild, ask people for forgiveness when we do get money in, explain the situation we best know how. Because by the way, an employee is not going to understand signed for, wire never came through.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You understand it as a founder now.
It doesn't
Yeah, I barely understand it as an investor, right? I mean, it's just it's just so rare that something like that happens.
Yeah, right. And how do you build trust in a system again, right? You build a company, it's great, you're expanding, you bring money in. This shouldn't happen. For me, I think twofold. One, young and single at the time, right? Not a big drag on a rent. I could always move in with a friend. No big expenses. So while I couldn't float salaries for people, personally, I was okay and had no worries, right? I had a bed to sleep in, food to eat, everything like that. The real way that it happened that we got out of this is my co-founder. That's the first person you go to with news. It's not the wife, the spouse, the partner, the parents, any of that. You go and you know you have to figure it out. So while I tend to be calm and focused in pressured moments, which is kind of a unique trait, right? But I actually do my best work in those situations. I sat down with my co-founder. We laid out a plan together because we're both business and can read the numbers, but he was the one that stepped up and said, I'm actually the one that's going to let people go. I'm the one that's going to figure this out and talk to these people. And so there were certain things I was afraid of doing, right? Letting people down that you trust that don't deserve that stuff, laying people off.
Yeah.
He took that off my plate and said, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Dealing with suppliers and making sure that people were treated right on the way out was something I was very comfortable with. If that's on my to-do list, I'll take care of it and go. But he took all the gut-wrenching moments because he wanted to, I guess, feel it a little bit more so that it wouldn't happen to us ever again. And so, how we get through it, There was a lot of times in the pub, maybe not as early as 8 in the morning.
It's underrated, actually. I mean,
Yeah.
early morning drinking is actually kind of an underrated thing.
Right.
I believe.
Yeah. Not saying I won't try it.
That's right. Until about 10 a.m., you make great decisions. After 10 a.m., keep the phone away.
Right. And so we'd go to happy hours, we do this stuff. Also, not for nothing, but you hear it on sports teams and the military, but dealing with adversity, you have to have a strong team to do it. And the co-founder relationship, right, or the highest executive level that you trust to kind of figure this stuff out, you have to be strong enough so when that adversity hits, you're not going at each other.
Yep.
And luckily we had that, and we rebuilt, and we were better than the other, because all of this happened, and it's the toughest thing to get through because we were expanding and doing so well. The investment was coming in not as a safety bargain. The timing just have to happen because we were getting new contracts and had to expand. And so wrapping your minds around that and what makes it doesn't. And it's great to have it over a beer, right? Because hey man, could you tell this wasn't going to happen? No, I was blindsided. Cool, we'll write a book one day, but now we got to get back to work.
Right.